These are from Snake Bags UK. If anyone's interested, go over and give them. You will need your own little heat pack in there. Without further ado, the company that I've been using is a company called It's Gavin from Balls to You, and today we're going to look about how I box up my snakes when I send them with the courier that I've been using for the past 4 months. So for those people in the UK who don't know, I have changed and I'm using a courier now, which allows a 24-hour window for delivery. Let me tell you, they have not disappointed. Before I put it out there and let everyone know who I was using, people on Patreon know who I've been using, I wanted to try them and see how I get on with them and see how the process actually works. There's no point me trying to say something's good if I haven't used it first. So the first thing I wanted to do was use the service and see exactly if it met the needs of our reptiles. And I can certainly say it does. The service itself is phenomenal. You have got to put a bit more prep work into your delivery or into your snake that you're sending out, but I'm going to show you guys how I do it here in the UK and the reasons behind why I do it this way. The company that I've been using is a company called Walkers. Believe it or not, they're only 15 minutes up the road from me, which is really handy. So for example, certain snakes that I ordered the other week from Tony Hersey, they literally dropped them into me that day. So they picked them up from Tony around about 2:30 and they dropped them off to me around about 6 o'clock in the evening. So fantastic service, you can't say no more than that. I'll put a link to their webpage, it's in the description box below. You do book it all online, it's fantastic. I can't fault them. They collect from me every Wednesday and they deliver the next day to my customers. I can't really say no more than that. It's absolutely awesome. So I'm really pleased I found them. I want to give a massive shout out to Scott Wilkinson for putting me onto Walkers, and obviously onto Tony Hersey as well for putting me onto Walkers as well. So without further ado, let's check out and see how I box up animals here in the UK to be sent out via Walkers. Come on, let's have a look. Okay, so let's look at the materials we're going to need. To send a reptile via Walkers, you're going to need a poly box, and we're going to discuss snakes in general. This may work very similar for other reptile species, but obviously I send out snakes, so this is how I do the snakes. Now, I'm not saying this is the right way, this is what works for me. So poly boxes come in different sizes, obviously depending on how many animals and the size of the animal that you're sending out. So let's look into a bit more depth. Now I use these, again, I'm direct from eBay. I do believe Walkers can supply you with some sort of packing material, or they used to. Drop them an email and ask them before you go any further with booking the collection or the delivery. I get all my packaging off eBay. You can get it cheaper elsewhere, but it works out £4, £5 per shipping. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's not expensive. But the one thing I like about this is your snake is only going to be exposed to whatever is in this tub. So if it's next to another snake and next to another snake from someone else, it makes no odds, because it's going to have its own little environment in this tub, which I really like. So I normally use a cardboard box as well. So you can buy these with the cardboard boxes or without, it's entirely to you. I like to send them out with a cardboard box around them. Let's look about what we're going to do on the inside. So there's two methods. You could use a tub method, okay, which I use these little plastic tubs. They are the Bralplast tubs. I've used these before, you guys have seen that, work really well. And I also use my custom made snake bags, which again, it's each to their own, however you want to work, but snake bags will work fantastic in here as well as tubs. Now I've used both methods and both work fine. Some breeders like to use the bags, some breeders don't like to use the tubs, but I'll tell you why I use the tubs as well as the bags. The bags are good for saving space. So if you've got more than one animal going out or hatchlings going out, it obviously makes sense to use a bag over the size tubs. The one thing you will need you will need your own little heat pack in there. Now, there's not, I haven't found any packing information for the UK. There's plenty out there for the US and Canada, but nothing here for the UK. And you see a lot of the times people in Canada and in America, they pretty much tape that to the top. Now, I've tried that myself and I've found, I asked the customer for some feedback, and the snake was cold when it got there because obviously this is its only heat source. So the next method I tried, I found to work better. Look, I want to stress a few things. It's better to have a snake too cold than too warm, okay? If a snake gets too hot, it dehydrates, it stresses, and it can form RI. If it's cold, it's not really a problem, because what happens is the snake goes into like a hibernation mode and it sort of slows down. So, and remember, this is only for a 24-hour period, so it's not like it's not going to hurt them or anything like that. So it's better to have a snake too cold, I believe, than too warm. There's our heat packs. Now with these heat packs, all you do, you open them up and you just expose them to the air and off they go. Maximum temperature of this one, as you can see, goes up to 65 degrees Celsius. Average temperature is 50 degrees Celsius, which we know our hot spots that we keep our snakes on is around about 30, 32. Okay, now this heat pack will last up to 40 hours. Okay, obviously one of these, a pack of this only has one heat pack. Now I have tried 2 heat packs. The snakes got there nice and warm, but again, it's down to you. I predominantly use 1 heat pack because I find it's a happy medium. I put my heat pack on the bottom. Okay, the reason for that is heat rises. Okay, now a lot of people think, oh, you can't do that because the snake's going to be subjected to the heat. Again, I've done my research. I have asked for feedback back from customers, and I've also done the experiment myself. I packaged an animal, left it in my house, or should I say in a cool room, let's say, and I gave it 24 hours in there. So I tested it all myself and it came out really well. The heat pack I would tend to put in the middle, because again, don't forget, we're going to put our snakes in the middle and we're going to package around it. So the heat pack would go in the middle. If we're going to use a tub system, and the reason why I do like using tubs, when the tub goes in, as you can see, half of the tub goes on the heat mat, the other half goes on in the cool end. So it's almost like it's got its own gradient. Now with walkers, they do transport your animals very, very carefully. They're not throwing this into a back of a van and it's not rolling around and all that sort of stuff. You know, they know their animals, they know their livestock, so they really do take good care of them. So what we're going to do, for example, if we're using a tub like this, I'll put elastic bands around. Don't tape up the box, because if you use tape around here, guess what's there? Air holes. And one of the reptile couriers that I used to use delivered an animal and they taped up the air holes. The tub goes in the middle like so, and then I use screwed up paper and I'll use that to keep the tub in the middle. That's basically how it's going to go out. Obviously we're going to do a few adjustments. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put air holes through the side, 1 and 2. You can put as many as you want. It's entirely up to you. It's what you feel comfortable with. I always put 1 there and 1 there. And again, I've had no issues. So the tub isn't going to go this way or that way really. Again, you can put as much paper in there as you want. Again, depends on the size of the paper when you screw it up, depends on how many you need. You could, if you want, put another one down the side there just to stop it from going backwards and forwards, which we'll do. Take that, screw it to how we want, and use that as a wedge. So that isn't going anywhere. Perfect. The next thing I'll do, I'll take a piece of paper and I'll just drop it on top like so. Pack it down. Job's a good one. Top on. Obviously, I will then tape up around the sides, around here. Obviously, you run your tape along, but you've got to remember when I do this, I use a cardboard box. This goes into a cardboard box. So I just tape the cardboard box together because the snake's all safe and secure inside the tub. So that's the plastic box method. And the bag is very similar. Okay, we'll put the snake in said bag. These are from Snake Bags UK. If anyone's interested, get over and give them a follow on Instagram. Custom made. You won't get them done like this, guys, but they will still look phenomenal. These are my colours. So anyway, your snake goes in the bag like so. Let's just pretend you've got a snake. You're going to tie the bag up, and you're going to put the bag again half in the middle, half. Well, you're going to put it in the middle, half on the heat mat, half on the cool end. Again, so the snake can move from off the heat onto a cool end. Okay, again, you can put a bit of paper down here, a bit of paper down there, and that will work just as well. Okay, now the other thing you can do if you were packing multiple snakes, so you wanted to put, like I said, 2 or 3 snakes in there, again, you'd use the bags. Again, you could get bigger tubs as well. That's the other thing. The bigger poly boxes you can house. So if you were going to use the plastic tubs, as you can see, you can probably get about 3 tubs in there, which will work. And again, put your paper down the side, it works. I would prefer to use bags in this size container, or this size poly box, for multiple animals. This is a 10 litre poly box. Okay, just for specifications out there, it's a 10 litre poly box. So again, you can use multiple ones of these if you were packing multiple animals. So you could put one there and one there. Okay, pack your animals along there, obviously divide them. Be creative, guys. Yeah, you want to make sure these snakes get there safe, and they will. Walkers really do a fantastic job of handling your animals, which is important. We've all seen videos of certain companies throwing them in the back and this, that and the other, as in parcels, not animals, parcels in the back of the vans. But with livestock, you know, walkers do take care, and they do seem to handle the animals very, very well. That's pretty much it, guys. Literally, the way you work with walkers, you'll book it online. They'll send you a confirmation email. They will phone you if you are the person sending the snakes out. They will phone you normally on the Tuesday evening. Okay, I'll phone you on the Tuesday evening, and then they will phone the customer on the Wednesday evening. So they'll tell you, as the person who's selling it and they're collecting from you, we'll be with you between 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then on the evening, they will phone the customer where it's getting delivered to, and basically arrange a time with them and tell them a time slot. That's how it works. If there's any questions you guys want to ask, and believe me, trust me, there are multiple ways of doing this, and it's entirely up to you. My way isn't the only way. This is just what works for me. With different species of reptiles or different species of snakes or whatever, you may want to do things slightly different, and that's fine. You know, use different size poly boxes, different size heat packs, whatever you guys want to do, you can use. My job today with this video was to try and show you, because I've been inundated with people who have asked me, you know, how can we ship our reptiles? Who are you using? And it was just more, I wanted to use them, find out what shipping methods worked for me, and then I'm able to pass this information on to you and let you guys know. So that's it, plain and simple. It's really simple. It's easy. It's idiot proof. And the reason why I use paper is because if you have got the snakes in the bags and they do wee, the paper will help absorb any fluid in there, so they're not swimming in it. The tubs, I tend to use some paper roll in there, and again, elastic band around there just to hold it, to stop them getting out. With the bags, you can use the ties that come with it, but you could also put cable ties on just to ensure they're not going to escape. But I've never had a snake escape from a bag or a tub yet, but you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. So there we have it, guys. I hope this gives you a bit of an insight how I do ship here in the UK. Again, everywhere is different. Again, different parts of the US and Canada, it's cooler, it's warmer, so the heat packs are put in different places. That's why a lot of the times the heat packs are on top. They don't really need the heat during the day because in certain parts of America and Canada it's very warm, but obviously over here we don't kind of have that luxury, especially with it being winter or coming into winter at the moment. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you guys take this information in. If you would like to use walkers, like I said, there will be a link in the description box below. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks again for all your support. Remember, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, smash that like button. And again, if you're not following me on Instagram, get over, give me a follow on Instagram. And if you'd like to try the Patreon, get over there and give the Patreon a try. Okay, guys, but for now, take care, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one.
That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming.